Well, dear listeners, I have a bit of very bad news to relay to you. I recently became aware that I have contracted Havana syndrome, and I was in Cuba, and I was it was just going through my morning routine. I was on my fourth mimosa, and I had just finished planting some landmines around an orphanage, and I started to feel kind of icky. And I, sure enough, I determined that it's Havana syndrome. I've been shot with a deadly Cuban brain ray, and I probably need advanced healthcare for free for this. So just wanted to let you guys know, keep you in the loop.
I like how the entire premise of that bullshit was, as an American citizen, you're not entitled to healthcare unless you're gonna go and fucking terrorize a third world country. Then we'll foot that bill. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I really hope whatever state apparatus of the countries that I stay in adopts the same thing, because finally my degenerate alcoholism can turn into a real disability, and I can retire and not have to do this goddamn podcasting thing anymore. I will force Hakeem and JT to pay off disability payments to me, and they will not be able to fight it because they're communists, and I will make sure they're canceled everywhere. So it just works so well for me. Thank you, CIA.
That's the big brain play. Big brain.
Exactly right. So the biggest recent L of the CIA has basically been Havana these nuts. That's what we have to share. I'm sorry.
Actually, very specifically, they just said the Havana not getting these nuts, which we can.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. For those who are unaware, there was a conspiracy theory of sorts that was actually endorsed by the American government. That Cuban officials or Cuban intelligence agencies and the government had used some special brain ray or some fucking bullshit, some 1950s cartoon bullshit to basically, was this supposed to just make them feel bad, or was it supposed to cause heart attacks? I don't know what the fuck it was.
They couldn't describe it. They said that it just had, vague feelings of sickness or of, discomfort, and the symptoms varied by person, so it's very hard to nail down exactly what this ray does. But so it's obviously just these dudes who maybe grew a conscience for, murdering these people in foreign lands. But no, it's got to be like a death ray.
Yeah, exactly right. Basically, what they're saying is that the Cubans have developed a death note, and they say there's no innovation under socialism. Sorry, you're gonna say something.
No, you're fine. And it's not even just like these commandos or these big CIA or foreign intelligence officers. It's these people that like work all day, all night in their office in whatever embassy in whatever developing country they've been placed in, that obviously fucking probably despise their job, and they just want to go back to Wisconsin and see their fucking dog or whatever. So this was an ideal way to because they've already been like drinking themselves under the table and sleeping, going to bed at like 4 a.m. and their body and stress levels were already off the charts. So why not just tell your superior, hey, dude, I heard this Havana syndrome thing. I probably have it. And when they test them, literally their body is basically decaying, but not because they have Havana syndrome, but because the life in American bureaucracy would lead anybody to such a lifestyle. So it ended up kind of, maybe, we shouldn't be too harsh on it. Maybe it led to some people getting saved from a career in a cubicle over in Peru or something.
Sorry, I just wanted to look this up if there's anything for those who are unaware. This website called PubMed, and it's like a National Library of Medicine and whatnot, related part in the US, and you can look up basically medical research. And I just wanted to see if they have anything written on Havana syndrome. And the first article that comes up, the first bit of research that comes up is challenging the diagnosis of Havana syndrome in quotation marks as a novel clinical entity. That's science speak. That's science speak for Havana syndrome is bullshit, and here's why. Oh fuck! Hold on. There's another one. There's a 2018 study titled "Neurological Manifestations Among Us." Really, it says Among Us.
Havana syndrome
Neurological manifestations. It says neurological manifestations among U.S. government personnel, but among and U.S.
Havana Amogus.
fucking-
I see Havana everywhere. Bruda, there is the Havana Amogus. Havana.
Hold on. Findings. In this case series of 21 individuals exposed to directional, audible, and sensory phenomena, a constellation of acute and persistent signs and symptoms were identified in the absence of an associated history of blunt head trauma. Are you sure about that? Following exposure, patients experienced cognitive, vestibular, and oculomotor dysfunction, along with auditory symptoms, sleep abnormalities, and headache. Okay. Hold on. Do they have
Literally depression. They just have
They're
depression.
hungover.
Or have
They're just
hangover.
hungover.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's fucking phenomenal. It's so insane that even the CIA itself had to go back on it. It's like, okay, State Department, I know you really want to push this thing, but this is too much even for us. Literally death rays, fucking brain scramblers. Trust us. I mean, if there's one organization on planet Earth that we should trust when it comes to them saying brain scramblers don't work, is the CIA, because trust me, friends, they fucking tried to make this shit. They have tried. So if they say, okay, this thing doesn't exist, then it probably doesn't fucking exist.
Hold on. I need to read something. One part of this stupid study, it just talks about sleep and how their sleep was affected. Now, Nick. Tell me if this sounds like you a bit. Okay. Individuals commonly reported issues with sleep, including reduced sleep duration and difficulty falling asleep. In addition, individuals experienced significant daytime fatigue. Most individuals required pharmacological intervention to improve subjective report of sleep architecture. This is you and your fucking catnip.
Exactly.
You unironically have Havana syndrome. Okay, we found the diagnosis.
Oh god, it's spreading. He's got it too.
Fuck, they'll find out I'm a fucking CIA asset. Microphone is on. No, sorry. Yep.
There's one bit, and I'm just gonna tell you, this is such bad medicine. I can tell you it's bullshit. For practicing clinicians, so people like myself, if a patient presents reporting a similar potential exposure and symptoms similar to those observed in mild traumatic brain injury, and in addition to a thorough history, objective evaluation should include screening assessments of vestibular, oculomotor, and cognitive function. So basically they're saying do a regular neurological test. Fair enough. And then they say, based on findings of this assessment, appropriate referrals to subspecialists, blah, blah, blah. So basically they're telling you, you see somebody who has these symptoms, you do your proper neurological testing, and then you refer them to specialists if need be. But no part of this do they say, hey, this diagnosis is most likely bullshit and should be very low on your differential. Sorry. This is so stupid.
The perks of having a doctor on the podcast.
Oh my God. Finally, there are some perks to this. Except for him constantly asking to put his finger up my ass. Oh, I need to check for bumps. He checked like 20, he checks 20 times a day, and sometimes he checks by like moving it like constantly, and then he loops it up, and there's like 4 fingers. I mean, how big are these bumps, dude?
And then I love. Sorry. There's another article. It's from the Lancet. Oh no, the fucking Lancet published this. Okay, Havana syndrome might be the result of energy pulses. Oh god.
Oh, this is some Novak Djokovic shit. Novak Djokovic believes in energy. Back 100%. Fucking Havana syndrome started from here as well, just like the whole planet. Yeah, boy. God is a Serb. Yeah, continue.
All right. Jesus Christ. Okay.